So at this Easter time, I'm going to go with a little half-remembered story. Here's how it goes. You see, there was this guy like 2,000 years ago, and he didn't like the established church very much, and he said, like, you know, he said bad stuff about these guys called Pharisees and money changers and stuff. And anyway, they sentenced him to death. So he was having dinner, and he was saying stuff about the bread being changed to his like flesh, and the wine was like his blood and stuff. Anyway, one of his friends called Judas, he wanted some money, and he wanted like 30 pieces of like silver. He wanted silver because he was a bit of a Paul bot, and he didn't like Roman money because it was debased. Anyway, he got some silver, and then he went and kissed Jesus like on the cheek. No homo, it was on the cheek. Anyway, he goes, he gets arrested, and then he goes off to some pilot guy. I don't know why they have pilots, because it's not. Maybe it was a Pilates guy. Maybe they did Pilates back in that day. Anyway, he goes off to the pilot guy, and then what the pilot guy says, he says, "You are going to die. We're going to kill you because you said bad things about the money changers, who are kind of like bankers back in the day." And he went and threw tables and stuff at them for some reason. Anyway, so that starts the Stations of the Cross, and I've written those down. See, I didn't half remember everything. I had to write some stuff down. Well, first he's condemned to death, and he starts to carry his cross. He's got this big stick, and he puts it on his back, and he starts to carry it off down the street to get killed. I mean, you don't see that happening these days. You don't see like somebody like carrying the little needle around, or carrying the electric chair, or carrying a rope over his shoulder, off to die, off to die, off to die. No, they were real men in those days. They carried their own crucifixes. Anyway, and then he fell down. And then he met his mother, which is quite unfortunate, really. I mean, well, you know, it's your big day. It's your big day, and then your mother comes in, and, you know, she's not... You know what they were saying about her? She was a bit of a, you know, she didn't like that sort of thing. I don't know how she became a mother in the first place if she didn't like that sort of thing. Anyway, she didn't like that sort of thing, so that was a bit of a, you know, it cramped his style a bit. Anyway, so then Simon, or Simon of Cyrene, or somebody, anyway, he helps Jesus to carry his cross because he's already fallen down. I mean, it was after his mother went, because his mother might have found it a little bit embarrassing to have somebody who couldn't even carry his own cross. Anyway, and then Veronica wipes his face. Now, what happens with that is that he's been like sweating blood or something, and one tends to stain. So what happens? I don't have a towel on me. What have I got? Here we go. Here's a can without a picture on it. So he wipes it across his face like that, and look, there's a face on it. It's not the face of Jesus. It's the face of that Chilean guy who was accused, Che Guevara, yeah. But it broke out in the face of Jesus instead, because wine stains. Anyway, the next thing is that Jesus falls down again. You know, because, you know, Veronica did a bit too much wiping or something. Anyway, then Jesus meets the women of Jerusalem. And, you know, well, it was lucky that his mother wasn't there to see what happened then. Anyway, then Jesus falls down for the third time after meeting the women of Jerusalem. And then Jesus' clothes are taken away after meeting the women of Jerusalem and then falling down. Anyway, then Jesus gets nailed to a cross, like a big stick like that. Like this. Like this. And then he stays up there for hours. And now this, like, it's a really long, torturous process being crucified. What they do is they take some vinegar and put it on a stick, and they put it into your mouth so you don't die of thirst or anything. So, anyway, it takes days to just waiting up here with the thing, the cross on you're hanging there, and you're trying to die, and you're not dying because they keep on putting vinegar in your mouth because you're not going to, so you don't, like, die of thirst. Anyway, they stuck a spear in him, see if he's done. Anyway, he was done, apparently. Even though it was only a couple of hours and it takes days to die. I mean, there are Filipino boys in the Philippines who like to get crucified every year. And they don't die, hardly ever. Anyway, he was dead, and they took him off the cross, even though it was normal to leave people on the cross because, you know, because they liked to decorate their streets with the blood of executed criminals. Well, the bodies of executed criminals. Anyway, so you got Jesus. He's been taken down from the cross. This is called the deposition or lamentation. I don't know what that means. I think it's like, because he was a carpenter, maybe it was like lots of wood into a laminate. So they... Anyway, then Jesus is laid in the tomb. I don't know whether it was the women of Jerusalem who did that or what. Anyway, so then he spent like Saturday dead, and then he got out of the tomb somehow, like pushing the rock, and then it was sort of like, I'm alive, see, I'm alive, look. And Thomas didn't believe him. Thomas said, no, you're not alive, you're dead. I said, prove it to you. So he got his shirt off, and he saw the spear wound there, and said, can I put my finger in the spear hole? And he said, no. And he said, no, no, I'm not going to let you put your finger in my spear hole. Come on! The Thomas said, come on! It's like, rule 34, no exceptions. And sort of like, oh, Jesus goes, okay, put your finger in my hole. And it's like, oh, yeah. Anyway, so the hole is like all fingered and stuff. And then he like spends another 40 days out like preaching stuff. I can't remember the stuff he preached, but he said some good stuff. And then he went up to heaven. He just flew up somehow. Maybe a jetpack or a helicopter, like the old Pope. He used to be the new Pope. He went up in a helicopter and like retired. So then he retired and went to Japan. And then lots of people worshipped him and had these little crosses around their necks. So it'd be practical for him to have like died on the electric chair, because it's harder to make little jewellery that looks like an electric chair. I'm Dangerously Talented. There's been a bit of controversy recently in the state of Kentucky about the state government there wanting to build a theme park with some taxpayers' money, with a full-size version of Noah's Ark in it.